welcome everyone to a new video here. I am gonna be talking about Dead by Daylight, obviously, as it's a game I have not played in over a year and I've come back to, and I'm gonna be discussing its biggest problems in this video right here, because already from going from rank 18 down to 8, I was originally a red rank killer. I already remember why I stopped playing this game, so we're gonna get right into that. Now, the first big problem of Dead by Daylight currently is maps. Bad maps. Many of the maps in the game are one-sided, mainly to survivors. There are very few maps that are killer favored, and even those few killer favored maps can be turned into survivor sided maps, and a lot of these maps have bad design, and some of these maps have too many safe pallets, too many safe loops, too many god loops. It is a poor balanced game, and that is gonna be the main theme of this video, and that Dead by Daylight in itself is a fun game, but it is extremely one-sided. You see on Reddit many times where normally in horror games that follow Dead by Daylight's format, the killer is normally the easiest role to play. And it is supposed to be 4 or more, in Friday the 13th's case up to 8 very small, weak survivors against that one unstoppable killer. But these small survivors can win against this unstoppable killer. Now, Friday the 13th is a good example because maps are not one-sided. It is an equal territory, and you don't have the perk system like you do here in Dead by Daylight. And that will be the next big thing that we'll be getting into soon, is perks. Because here in Dead by Daylight, the majority of the player base is survivor, and you have very few killers just because of how the game is balanced. And it is bad game design, and behavior has been known to where they take an absurdly long time to nerf and buff stuff. One such infamous perk is Decisive Strike and the Hatch mechanic, but that is a whole nother topic. Next is the perks. Perk system in Dead by Daylight. Now, for your standard killer, you can have 4 perks, a power, and 2 add-ons and an offering. So in total, you can have 7 items per se at your disposal, but some of these perks can be completely nullified by a majority of survivor perks. And there are multiple survivor perks that just completely nullify anything dealing with a killer. And there are more perks that are favorably above others, because on the killer side, Hex Ruin and Noad are some of the 2 most strongest perks, along with Save the Best for Last. Hex Ruin is because the game needs to slow down. It is ridiculously small for the amount of time that you have to get generators done in Dead by Daylight. And Ruin does not even matter up at the red ranks. I know that from experience, because survivors will just work through Ruin. You're better off not even running it. And Save the Best for Last for those rushes, for when you need to attack faster, because killers have a very long cooldown after attacking someone, and most of the time these killers, when they do that cooldown, they look down at the ground. 9 times out of 10, and you can lose your chase. Next is NOED because of the one-shot. That is why killers like the hillbilly here, and the Oni, and Spirit, and Ghostface, and Leatherface, and Michael are so good, and that is because they have the ability to one-shot. Now, the next big issue guarding the perks are the survivors and the way survivor perks work. At most on a team, there can be 4 survivors, as seen here. Now, you can have your 4 perks. It's the same. Your 4 perks and your 7 items. Now the difference is these items are very, very powerful. All of these are very, very powerful, including Skeleton Key being the most infamous one, where you can leave halfway through the game. Now the problem is with this. You have the killer with only his 4 perks, his power, his 2 add-ons, and his offering. Now look at this here. Got 4 perks, each per survivor. 7 times 4. Because let me do some math right here to make sure I get this right. And this will show here. It is 28 separate items against that one killer's 7. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Technically 8. If we're counting it 8, it is 32 separate items against 7. Now, of those 7, some of those can be destroyed and be gone for the game. Now, the killer can run Franklin's Demise to make these items be dropped, but survivors can always go right back and get them. And you have perks that give easy freebies, such as Borrowed Time, Decisive Strike, and Dead Hard. All giving freebies for survivors. They are crutch perks. At the red ranks, you will see Survive with Friends or just random survivors all running Decisive Strike and Dead Hard and Borrowed Time. Why? Because the developers wanted to stop tunneling. But in doing so, they created still one of the most imbalanced perks in the game, and that is Decisive Strike. You can go chase a survivor after downing someone after a hook. You can go chase them. You can down that person, put them on the hook, and then come right back, and that person you knocked off the hook earlier still has their Decisive Strike because it is 60 seconds. Now 60 seconds in the grand scheme of things in real life is not long, but 60 seconds in video game terms is long. It is very, very long. And I don't like the idea of games giving these freebies, because it doesn't encourage skill at all. Because it's like, oh, I messed up, I still got 4 more perks that can save me, where the killer, on the other hand, if they mess up once, it can cost them the whole game. It will cost them the whole game. That is why you see killers running NOED and camping that last survivor on the hook, because of how the ranking system works. And that is what we will be moving into next. Now, the ranking system in Dead by Daylight, it's fucked with the way it ranks what you do across survivor and killers. Survivors have the easiest time ranking up from 20 all the way down to 1, while killers have the hardest issue. Personally, I think there should not even be this ranking system at all. There should not be. Or add an unranked mode. Because when we look back here, this is the first thing people will see. That is play as Survivor. Most people go to Survivors because that's what their friend wants to play. And the thing is, every Survivor is viable at all ranks and red ranks. Mainly red ranks here. But now here's the problem. When you go to killers, out of this whole list, there is only 1, 2, 3. 3 viable killers. Out of a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Out of 18 killers in the game, only 3 are viable past rank 10. If you pick anyone else other than Hillbilly, Nurse, or the Oni, you're fucked. We're not gonna count Leatherface because his chainsaw can't rev up as fast as the Hillbillies. You are fucked if you do not pick those 3. And that is an issue. Now the thing is, it's so bad that you got these perks, all these other killers going into this one killer. What you mainly see at red rank is Nurse and Hillbilly, because Nurse nullifies a chase and Hillbilly can one-hit kill survivors. Which I'm gonna need to start using Hillbilly if I want to actually have fun. And that is gonna be the next fact. The next biggest issue in this game is the community and the fun factor. Dead by Daylight has some of the most toxic people I have ever met and have ever seen. There are entitled survivors and entitled killers. But the thing is, most of these people that are entitled are ruining it for the rest. And you've got survivors talking in casual chats saying like, oh, he couldn't have got us if we had this and this and this and this. But here's the thing, everyone has that. And Dead by Daylight, I'm being honest here, past rank 10, it is not fun at all. I only play it currently just for the competitiveness and the nostalgia of coming back. After this video, I may even delete the game again because I quickly realized why I deleted it. The game is simply not fun. It's not fun. It's not as fun as it used to be. Oh, and their developers, they can't do anything. It's just, the game is not fun. It's not fun. It's not fun past rank 10. It is not. That is why you got people deranking so that they don't go past 10. There are people where the red ranks get so boring, they stop playing the game for 3 months just so that their rank gets past 10, and the moment it gets to 10, they stop playing. And that's because of just how toxic the community is. It's not fun. I'm sorry, guys. It's really not. It's a very imbalanced game. And I'm just not having fun with it anymore. I uploaded a few videos of me doing Legion. It's like, yeah, but I had to sink 90% of my time into Nurse just to get the perks to make Legion somewhat viable. And it's just simply not fun, and I hope you guys can understand that. Because those are the problems with Dead by Daylight right now. It's not fun. It's imbalanced, and the ranking system, and there's no rewards for the ranks either. You get nothing for going to rank 1. You get nothing. No extra blood points, no iridescent shards, which don't even get me started on iridescent shards. Like, really? 300 per level? Really? Why? If you want to buy one of these killers here with iridescent shards, you have to save up to at least 67 levels worth of iridescent shards just to get this killer, and by the time you get that killer, a new killer is already out. That's either for better or for worse. But that is personally my reason why I'm not enjoying the game, and my issues with it and the problems that I've noticed. This is my opinion on it, so let me know yours in the comments. Be nice about it, be polite, be respectful, actually have a conversation. Don't be a dick, don't be an asshole. If I see asshole comments, I just simply won't respond, because there's no point in arguing with somebody that's just going to be toxic about it. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see y'all in the next video that I upload, because it's not going to be Dead by Daylight. I'm sorry. It's just not. Just with the way this game is. It's not. Believe it or not, I get more stressed on Dead by Daylight than For Honor. But this is how it is. I appreciate all y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next ones.